Good morning, welcome to a new vlog. This morning, let's cut straight to it. I'm at Cromford in the Peak District, just around the corner from Matlock. Lovely place. Waiting for Craig Yates, he's popping down here. I've just sent him my parking directions, so I thought while I'm waiting for Craig, who's always late, to turn up, I'd have a quick wander around this section. Now, I've been here before, there's a vlog with this place on. It's an old hub for where the canal meets, and there's a few nice looking shots. If you know anything about me, you know I don't do a lot with buildings and that kind of thing, but this appeals to me. One of the beauties of shooting by canal side is often the water is still, so you can get reflection shots. So that's what I'm after. I'm going to see if we can get something nice in that respect until Bilbo turns up. There's a few Canada geese on the water, so they're causing a lot of ripples, so my chances of getting very still reflections just went out the window. You can probably see that you've got some nice light hitting the water here. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Still no sign of Bilbo, of course. God forbid he should come within the next 10 minutes. And we don't really have a plan today, other than we're going to do a bit of the canal, but nearer to Lee Wood, which is where we're going to go to see if there's any bluebells still up, which I think there might be. I think there's a reasonable chance of that. So this is really low key. Now, it is a bank holiday in the UK, and for people outside of the UK, essentially it's a day of alcoholism for the Brits. We have a number of these bank holidays, national holidays, so there's nothing attached to them. There's no saints or great battles or incredible cultural heroes. It's just a day that everywhere shuts and we all get absolutely wankered. So it's going to be busy is what I'm saying. It's going to get pretty busy here because this is a place where a lot of families are going to come. Parents are going to want to bore the tits off the kids. So we'll make the most of this morning. Peace and solitude, and it really is quite lovely. And see what we can come up with for you.
5 minutes later. Okay,
Yates has just sent me a message to say he's at the same place as he was last time, which means nothing to me. So when I told him where I was, I sent him a link with the directions. Now, he's at the same place as he was last time. So I've just asked him to be a little bit more specific. Should be there soon. Really nice here. Just taking a shot, put it up in a second. Just at the junction, looking down towards where the canal's running. Not that canals really run. I don't know where he's gone. Morning. Just seen my first duckling in the canal. First duckling this year. Very, very sweet. I didn't really have the lens on to capture it, so I'm just telling you about something you can't see. I might, when I come back this way, I'll sit the 7200 on, just in case I capture some wildlife. We've got little things like voles and that sort of stuff that occasionally pop their heads out. Probably a bit late in the morning for them now, though. Very, very skittish, very timid creatures. But yeah, this is just a boring old, I mean, it's nice, but it's nothing for you to see here. Just me walking along the path with a very green framed canal ahead of me. Right, so Bilbo's here. I just ruined his shoot. He was there doing some stuff waiting for light, and I got in his face, which I feel very happy about. And then he just told me I was going the wrong way anyway. So the fact that I came this way was sheer happenstance. I was literally walking the wrong way. I probably would have ended up in the next county. But I did take a few shots, which I'll put up, which I think might be nice. I did miss out on the little beams of light that were coming through because my card was full. Oh, how did I? So there was that. But I have switched lenses to 7200 because if I do see that little duckling on the way, I've got to take a picture. Come on, who's not going to take a picture of a duckling? Although I put the 7200 on really just in case I see this duckling, I've taken a couple of shots already that I perhaps wouldn't have I wouldn't have composed it without this lens on, so that's proved to be quite good. I think I'm going to guess it's because I'm on a very narrow field of view, just because of the nature of the canal, and then I've also got some distance to play with. So, you know, with hindsight, I think that lens choice works really well. Now, Craig's sporting, is that your 100 400?
What?
That.
No, that's 24-70.
All right, forget what I was going to say. I thought Craig.
I have got me 100 to 400. I've just used that.
Thought Craig had been, you know, way ahead of me and figured that out, but clearly not. He's just got the workhorse lens on as I had when I came up. So there you go. Pick the lens to suit the environment. You never know what you're going to get. Got a tip for you that works most of the time for me. When you're shooting along the canal, you'll often find all this crap trying to away. All these big. So if you set your focus beyond these, and it's quite a low aperture, or wide, you know, a bit more open, they'll be blurred into non-existence. And even if they're still in there, you can, if you feel you must, quite easily then take them out of the shot with a bit of affinity or Photoshop work, whatever is your preference. But I normally find that that little aperture trick works for me. But I mean, sometimes they look great in the shot as well. But if you're leaving them in the shot, make sure your shutter speed is fast enough to keep them sharp. If they're going to be in there, they need to be in there and not just be some wavy, blurry branch. Here endeth the lesson. Craig just pointed out that there was a hawthorn tree, which he's only saying all the time now because I told him what kind of tree it was. But there's a hawthorn tree there that looks quite nice. Just get that. The sun's quite bright. It does look quite nice, just kind of hovering over hanging over the green, over the reeds, and then you've got the very still, well, not very still, but you've got the lightly rippling canal water. It just looks, it's a nice colour. Anyway, I've just taken that before he did, so technically it's mine. Really is lovely this morning, isn't it, Craig?
Absolutely.
Just every stretch of this canal has been picturesque. Now, I'm not saying every stretch is a composition, but it's picturesque. It looks lovely. It's great on your eyes. The air's nice and fresh. And where we are, you can see we're in a valley, essentially. So, got all this around us. And then on the other side, the bank there, the canal. So it's really, really lovely. I would recommend this. I think you could probably get along these trails with a decent wheelchair as well. They're very flat. I mean, lots of gravel, but they're not, you know, they're not big rocks like you often get in the peak. It's well kept. I think this could be good for pretty much anyone. Good morning. Get a lot of people running, which I don't approve of. Can't be good. Yeah, I think there is a shot in this. So we're just coming on another bend. Let's swing around. Another bend. Sun's over there, so we've got to watch out for that. But I think both sides are presenting potentials. We'll see what we get. Getting busy along here, ain't it? Getting busy.
Yeah, it's still early, really.
Runners, walkers, cyclists, wankers. Just general public. Very busy. Bank holiday Monday brings them out. It's a dangerous day for this sort of shit, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to be done and dusted and get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuck in that traffic.
Stuck in traffic, that's the killer.
Oh, here we are, we're coming up to the entrance.
Here we go. Right, we're getting close now. Thank God. Okay, this is proper English woodland now. A muddy, well, it's dry now, but a muddy trail that's crisscrossed by the roots of trees on the surface, wildflower either side of you, an incredible diversity of trees. Some of them are native, some of them aren't. What we've learned to live with that. And it's also sketchy, well sketchy. You always think you're going to go tumbling down the side, and sometimes you do. But it is lovely, and we just got to do, I think this bit is the only tough bit of the walk, and it's not tough really. Just got to negotiate this, and then hopefully we'll go down down the side, and that's where we'll find this little island almost of bluebells. Now we could be wrong, we could be too late. Looking to the side here,
Yeah,
they're looking a bit,
that's worrying.
well, looking a bit past their prime. Very dark now, a little bit scrunched up, but it is quite, I think this is a darker bit of the woodland. So we'll see, you know what, we'll see. I've already had a great morning. I think I've got some lovely shots, but this would apply a nice bit of icing to that photographic cake, and I like cake. Who doesn't like cake? I've got the action cam out quite long now, extended, which you don't normally do, but I'm hoping you can see around me some of the colour. There's bluebells, there's wild garlic, but there's not daisies as well. That looks good, doesn't it? Daisies there, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get those shots.
I'm gonna go around here.
Okay, all right, and I'll meet up with you at some point. He's gone into the woods on his own. He's so brave, so very brave. Hope you're liking this bit of extended video footage. I am the king of content. Oh, okay, so I'm going to switch the camera around now, just show you what I can see. I don't know how well this Action 5 is going to pick it up, but it looks quite nice. Whether it's compositionally nice, that's another story, isn't it? Okay, camera is now on the tripod. Because it is dull and I need to manage the light better, I've had to put it on a tripod so I can start opening up the aperture, or even better, sort of reducing the shutter speed, and then that lets me play with the distance. The thing is, with these wildflowers in beds like this, you're going to get nice shots where it's, you know, tightly focused at the front, but then you might want to get that sweeping view, and you're going to want it like f8, f11, that kind of thing, to really bring it all in. And that will also depend on how close to it you are. So yeah, still waiting for a bit of light. Not sure if we're going to get it. I still think I've got great shots. Still think I've got shots. So I'm not going to, you know, bitch and moan about that. But you just always want, it can always be a bit better. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with demanding more. Why shouldn't you? It's your prerogative. But I don't know. I mean, Craig's up there. He's up in the dark, working in the dark. I don't know what he's doing. Working his magic with his Nikon potato cam. Bless him. I think this may well be the last shot here. And in typical fashion, Craig is in the shot. So what I'm trying to do is see this lovely log here. It goes onto the trail, which I don't really want to capture. I don't want the trail in the shot, I think. But there's so much colour leading up the side there, leading all up there. I think that looks really rich. But there's a hobbit in the way, and he's been there for 10 minutes, hasn't moved. So I may have to politely ask him if he'll just move to the side a little bit. You're going to move from there, you wanker. 10 minutes. What? Are you moving, or are you taking route? Today? So the trunk, I just took the shot off. Of course, Craigie's like, oh, that's a nice shot. Oh, you get this a lot. You get this a lot from these guys, wanting to rob your incredible compositions. I'm nearly at the end of this SD card for video. Wow, can't believe how much I filmed. But I thought it'd be fun. Let's go through the tunnel, and I'll tell you about the tunnels as we go through. So these tunnels have been cut through the hill, or whatever land was in the way. Absolutely amazing. And you can probably see I'm walking on a path. Well, this is where the horse would go, dragging the barge, the narrow boat, through the tunnel. You can see it's pretty, I don't know if you can see actually. I'll tell you what, let me mess with the light while I'm in the middle of the tunnel. Okay, I'm using the low light setting, so it's going to be a bit weird, but you can see it's very, very narrow channel there. So your boat, your barge, your narrow boat will come along here, and you'll have a horse pulling it through. I've been through one of these tunnels where there was no path. It was so narrow, and the guys would lie on their backs and literally run along the tunnel. They would run the barge, like literally treadmilling it through. Wow, those were the days, eh? Okay, so there you go, that was Gregory's tunnel. Well, what a fantastic morning I've had. And I actually ran out of video space on my SD card for the Action 5, which I've never had happen before. So I must have done a lot of shooting today. Hopefully there's some good footage. It's been really great here at Cromford. And we haven't even really gone through all the historical side of it as far as the industry, the buildings go. There's plenty more, about a mile that way. But these canals are fantastic, and there's plenty around where I live too. I know it's largely a Midlands thing, but if you can get to somewhere that's got museums and working museums, historical elements to it, it's really great to have that additional to the walk along the canal. But for your photography, wildflower, animals, reflections, it's all there for you. Barges, if you're lucky, you might see some colourful barges, the narrow boats coming up and down. Oh, got a helicopter coming over. So yeah, I'd recommend this. Come to a canal. You do need the weather. I think rain would certainly spoil it. A great day can actually be a bit lackluster, but you get there in the morning when you've got a bit of environment going on. I think you could have a really great time. I've certainly enjoyed it this morning with Craig Yates, and I hope you have too, and hopefully you'll stick around. Sorry, I was completely thrown by the helicopter. I can't help myself. Helicopter's still there. Listen, thanks for coming along. If you've enjoyed it, you know, the usual thing, subscribe, like. Subscriptions mean nothing in actual fact. It's just that more people will view it, and it's the views that are key. So yeah, if you like it, keep watching, and I'll see you for the next one.